Oh, something might be afoot. Might just be a depot block, too. Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about that in a moment. It's actually nothing too concerning. Spawning here in the bottom left side of Arena for the Matcherino Weekly Cup. Number 1, we've got none other than the pink Terran himself, Beastyqt.
In the top left, as the blue Protoss, he is Liquid MaNa.
And it is actually going to be more than just a depot block. So it's worth noting, first off, the depot alone lets you control the map. This one move lets you control who goes and who comes, and if MaNa wants to do anything even like probe scouting, which I'm surprised about because he consistently was probe scouting every time we saw him last time, he would have to go all the way around the map. But he's not going to get to do that this game. And Beasty is coming here hard with 3 racks. Now, again, I have to reference, there was a series we cast on too long ago, Wellmove versus Lily Canine. If someone could link that in chat, by the way, off the VODs, it's like the greatest, stupidest game of all time. But it showed how powerful this can be for a Terran, but also how well it can be defended for a Protoss.
Right, that was an amazing game. A lot to do with micro. So first and foremost, you got to scout it. It's always been the issue with the proxy racks against Protoss, was that it almost only ever seemed to work if you didn't scout it. And sometimes Protoss weren't scouting. They figured they'd scout later. So now, with MaNa's probe going all the way around, you know, he figures like, oh, haha, he put his buddy down, like, way to go, buddy. But soon he's gonna actually find that it's more than just a supply depot, and or he won't, and he'll be surprised by 8 Marines walking into his main. Oh no! Well, that's how it's supposed to happen.
The SCV scouting this, it's a little bit awkward because he doesn't actually see anything out of MaNa. He does this because he also doesn't want to be seen by MaNa, but this is really such a weird game. Marines can certainly fight, and the SCVs, with 3 of them, should be able to get 1 bunker down, I feel.
You know, there should be... This is actually a pretty okay build against what Beastyqt is doing, even if MaNa did not anticipate it. Like, he's chronoing all the stalkers, he's getting stalkers out of depths. That was a little weird. And he didn't go for a Nexus, so he is about as well set up as you can be without scouting this. I think he had maybe a little bit of an idea, just like how he was chronoing those stalkers, but it also could have been coincidental that he wanted to do his own aggression.
These two repairing each other is pretty awesome, actually. Pylon coming down because he wants overcharge. Mothership core pops out.
This is pretty important to keep that alive, to have the pylons in position as well. Unfortunately, they're a little farther back, which, I mean, is a blessing and a curse, you know? Like, they won't be able to do the photon overcharge, but they won't be sniped either, and it's very important that these 2 gateways continue producing stalkers.
Oh,
now, stalkers, they won't be able to break down the bunkers too quickly, but they'll hopefully stop any more bunkers from coming down and any more Marines from pushing forward.
Right, I mean, the thing that sucks is he's going to have to resolve to lose the bottom part of the base. That's just going to happen, there's no question about it. By the way, thank you guys for donations and resubs. We'll get to them in a moment. The game's already heated and well underway, but the fact is, MaNa's actually set up for a counterattack behind this. Like, that Robo's going to be fantastic. He's defended this really well. The overcharge breaks down that bunker. This other bunker's nowhere close to being done. That's a lot of Marines, though. They catch almost 2 of the stalkers. Double kill. Mothership core almost goes down as well. This is starting to get a little bit dicey for MaNa, who had a really smooth defense, but starting to get a little bit messy.
Uh-oh. Well, luckily Warpgate's going to finish. That was the next target for this bunker, so he's going to have to replenish the cybernetics core, not just for, you know, the Warpgate, but to actually get stalkers and sentries and adepts.
So as long as he can keep mining and afford to build an Immortal and afford to build units on the other side of the map, don't forget, everybody who's watching this game, BC not only doesn't have any money, he's got almost nothing mining at home. Like, 1 Zealot, 1 Adept, 1 anything being that mineral line shuts all this down.
Yeah. Well, what's funky is that they could both have army, like an actual sizable army, one stuck in one position, the other one actually free roaming in Beastyqt's natural, but Beastyqt is always the one that's going to have the opportunity to take a gold base, but I guess MaNa also does if he takes a secret gold base off to the right. I was going to talk about the island map.
Yeah, you were going to talk about floating. Yeah, exactly. It was actually Lily Canine who did this. He never made the orbital so that he could float over to the island with the SCVs, which is hilarious, by the way. But again, a very different way for this to play out. MaNa's slowly losing control of the main, but so much of this isn't really about the main anymore. It is about these other very more important aspects of the map. And in fact, the Mothership core may be better off not doing any more overcharges, but saving up for a recall to get out of here.
Good point. Yeah. Now, if he recalls and Beastyqt sees that, it's going to be very, like, you know, like, where's the probes gone, you know? But it's still a case where if Beastyqt is outside of bunkers, stalkers, in an ideal world, will kite down every single Marine.
Yes, in a
They have
perfect
opportunity.
world.
Yeah, in a perfect world. So that's still a better world than bunkers closing you in and not letting you outside of your base.
Warping any units in right now is very risky for MaNa. He needs them, of course, but then it tells Beasty that something's up and something is elsewhere. He doesn't see the top left of the base, so he might assume there's a gateway or two up here, but realistically, over here is where the important part of the map is going down.
That is so...
Oh, he doesn't have the energy to
That's
recall.
funny.
He will in 5 seconds. He's contemplating it for sure with the probes being stacked up. Can he get out of here alive? That Nexus on the right side is a gold base, and he's going to recall. Saves everything in the main abandoned ship. Now let's talk about what's on the field. So much more for MaNa.
What's so interesting is that because that was a desperate recall, you gotta wonder where the Nexus is, but it should be obvious that it's in the right side, that gold base. Just like good luck getting over there without being kited by the stalkers.
Well, heading towards the main. The command center can lift, but it's got to do it now or it won't escape the wrath of the stalkers in time. He'll head right to that gold base, or maybe even just take MaNa's main. In fact, I think taking MaNa's main might be smarter and better in this situation. Because he's going to be a war prism. He can easily get to the island.
Well, either way, he's going to be able to get into a base. Difference is that you'll eventually have a natural, I guess, if you take MaNa's. But I think going for the gold base will be fine. Either one. He's not going to get his Marines over there, so he's going to start anew.
Lots of pylons coming down because he's going to have to rely on overcharge to defend. Mouse bug. A couple of sentries heading that way as well. And he should, as long as MaNa defends this base, there's no bunkers coming up. It's just Marines. So the defense is far more viable. Oh, Beasty's supply block. You can't build SCVs.
Yeah, well, MaNa was only just recently on supply block, so you can't build SCVs, you can't build Marines, you gotta lose a couple first. Guardian Shield's gonna be very important, and I think with this army, MaNa's got this.
Guardian Shield wrecks Marines when it comes to this sort of fight. GG, MaNa with that blind defense. Very well done, very well played. Now we are, of course, going to get game number 2 up here in a moment, but we got some donations, or a donation, excuse me, from Albatross. She donates $5 and says, Rage, Ace Rage, Ace Rage, F, Ace Rage. Oh, she's spelling Riffy, but it's Ace Rage between each one. Hi, Albatross. I hope you had a good dinner last night. We also had Jazz Thing resub for 6 months in a row. That's freaking awesome. And we're almost coming up on 12 o'clock, so we'll have the new Subwatch update in 15 or so minutes.
Need some actual, news anchor sounds.
Hey, I thought I did a pretty good, breaking news.
You did.
Earlier. But of course, this tournament is brought to you guys by Matcherino. Again, crowdfunding at its finest, and we got a couple more donations coming in. Thank you to Malarkey and all the people using the brand new code, which I guess is worth 50 cents, no longer $1, and that's cool too. But still, money is money, and we're up to $266.19 raised for the prize pool today. We started with 0. This is awesome.
Wow. Well, do you want to see something? I went to Korean barbecue early so I could go to the shops that's around there.
Okay.
And I went to a cute, it's basically Korean, everything store, but, it has, beauty products and, a lot of stuff.
Hang on, before you show me whatever it is, I love that store we went to next to the Korean Village restaurant.
Yeah, exactly, like that one. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So they had air fresheners, and this was hella expensive, but it was pretty cute. So
that is adorable. I like
that. I wanted. There's a Pokemon one too, but the Pokemon was $15, and I was like,
Well, Zombie Group's Korean adventures aside, we're gonna hop on over to Shipyard again. Fantastic game out of MaNa. More to talk about that in a moment, but let's do the intro first, and we'll see you guys soon. Oh no, things are breaking. 1 sec, fam. Oh, there we go. I hate Windows 10. So many things get stuck. Okay, whatever. I'll bitch later. You guys watching the Matcherino Weekly Cup number 1. Again, I want to be able to do more of these, and I think it's going to be super duper cool as we continue going forward. Next Sunday will be the second one, and we'll see if we can keep up this hype train, because, again, we started today with $0, and we're already up to 266. That's awesome.
Oh.
And of course, it's best for the players. We get no money from this, guys. Neither does Matcherino. This is one of those things where we talk to them, and promotion for their website is what pays for the tournament, and that's why all the players get all the money. So all they want is for you guys to check out Matcherino, Matcherino.com. But spawning on the bottom left side of the map, he is going to be the pink Terran player. It's Beastyqt.
In the top right, as the blue Protoss, he is Liquid MaNa.
Some big subs coming in. Marlo Stanfield for the 12 months. Congrats on your 1 year. And, of course, Shake and Bake 61 for the 2-month resub as well. But I just realized, it didn't even occur to me, we take the scumbaggery of Oli Moly one step further. Because if MaNa wins this series, he's actually guaranteed to fight another Protoss, Night End, or Gung Fu Banda. So again, while I can guarantee you Oli Moly didn't do this on purpose, even she has to recognize this is bullshit because the top half of the bracket is all Protoss. And the bottom half is all Terran and Zerg.
Yes, it is. And at this rate, it is going to be all Zerg on the bottom half. Like, I don't know what Botfinnik's doing, but it's looking a little bit scary. I always want to say Revolver's a Terran because his name's Revolver. You know, like...
So
Jimmy's Revolver.
I feel like he either used to play Terran at a point, or there was another Terran player with a very similar name. Because there was an instance where I had that same thought process, and I kept mixing up with him and someone else.
Same with Raynor, too. And there's a guy that's named Protoss, but he's actually a Zerg. Why do you do this?
Protoss is Naruto, though. That's, isn't it?
Is it?
From TTV, and he's Terran, not Zerg.
No, there's I do remember Protoss is like his name, but there's someone else. There's like Protosser.
Protosser is a player, yes. Okay.
Okay, that one then, sure. Point is, it's not Protoss, like either one. Damn. Yeah. Anyways, why you do this? So that last game was pretty crazy.
Yep.
But Orbital Shipyard is not as crazy as a map, and it's not even crazy on the other side, which is what we saw with Beastyqt versus Showtime. That late game craziness. Like Orbital Shipyard has a lot of mid game games.
It's
that's
awkward to
out pretty
phrase
well
it, but accurate. Like.
Yeah.
So a couple things to bring up, guys. Number one, MaNa is streaming. A lot of people have been bringing this up. And I'm sorry, I would actually have advertised this in Game 1 if I remembered. MaNa is streaming his games, but MaNa is streaming his games without a delay. So there is a delay on BaseTradeTV to prevent any chance of cheating. So if you guys do want to go enjoy the series from MaNa's point of view and watch 3 minutes in the future, by all means, go to twitch.tv/liquidmana. But do not bring spoilers back here, because if you bring spoilers back to BaseTradeTV, you will get banned without recourse. Secondly... Shit, what was I going to say secondly? Right, VODs. God damn it. Someone's asking if the VODs of this is going to be posted on YouTube because they missed the first half of that last game with MaNa and Beastyqt and it looked really intense. Yes. Actually, if you'll notice, VODs have become a lot more up to date. We have yesterday's VODs already up to the channel thanks to Nice Username. He's taken over full-time management of the channel, and all YouTube money actually currently that it generates is going to him. So if you guys really want to support Nice Username and check out BaseTradeTV VODs, make sure to go subscribe to our YouTube, youtube.com/BaseTradeTV.
Mm-hmm. I got this bald eagle that's taking care of its young on my other monitor.
Yeah, I heard you gasp and I couldn't figure out what, so I assumed it was that.
Maybe.
That last game?
Maybe it was something important in StarCraft 2. I can't remember. But there was a time where it was feeding its young, and that was pretty adorable. It was pretty cute. It was like, and then it fed it in the mouth.
That doesn't sound like that was... That's not cute sounds. Like...
Yeah, well, luckily there wasn't actually sound, but that's how I imagine it happened.
That's my cat throwing up sounds. Like,
isn't that the sound they would make? Like they're like regurgitating it into their mouth.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying it's not cute. That's not what I would associate with cute.
No, but it's so cute, little babies, and they have the fur because it's like they're not like super young, so not like bald, like bald eagle, but they're not like super old, so they're not like feathers. They're like little fuzzies.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. I have no further comments on this. So,
little fuzzies.
These Widowmines have been unsuccessful as far as getting into the base, but BC is going to finally, after a big wraparound, get up. But the Stalkers pick off that medevac immediately. Widowmine also before it gets burrowed, and this... Oh, that's a big thing to get denied like that.
Damn. It's like a slap. We'll see if he slaps down his Liberator, too. BC just keeps it in the middle for now. He's macron.
Yep. Thank you, Thaddeus, by the way, for the resub as well. Again, resubs today as we go through Subwatch 2016. 2-month resubs specifically are very awesome. Not to say anyone else is less awesome, but the 2 months are people who come back from that crazy hype day. And, well, I said I'd wait till the hour. We're at 1,238, so we still haven't fallen off too terribly yet, Zombie Grub.
I know we're above 1,200. I definitely thought we'd go into the thousands.
By now, yeah,
just
for sure.
Thousands.
But again, that's today versus tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think, is going to really determine after...
See, last time when you were talking to Boris, you said...
Oh, I don't like this.
Yesterday was
Hang on. I don't like this. This is not a good place to put a starport. Not only because it's easily picked off by stalkers chilling on the side, but this is also like that primary spot everybody wants to blink up, and this is a very high priority building not to lose. Beastyqt putting this here has either got to be some sort of disgusting, masochistic way to play, or bait. Either way, he knows it's blink, so bunkers are set up, tanks are here.
It might be a bit of a bait. There is a tank covering the left side of Beastyqt's base, so they're never going to be able to comfortably blink in or stay in the low ground and poke at it either. So it would have been really scary if MaNa had an opportunity to truly all in with this, to actually like blink forward and try to end the game, but it's going to be more pressure. Warvism goes in the back, it has 2 Liberators on its tail, so should be going down, but the Adepts are still doing a little bit of damage. MaNa's got the 3 bases and is getting all of his tech.
Yeah, SV's come back a little bit prematurely, so a couple more are going to bleed out. Luckily, nothing too bad because of how slow Adepts attack.
Ooh, new sub, Hamel Camel.
Hamel Camel. That's a fun name to say. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Of course, reminder, all the replays from today are going to be sent out exclusively to our subscribers, so if any of you guys can't even wait for those YouTube VODs, you can always check them out through the StarCraft 2 replay feature.
Whoop. Yep.
Alright, so this is a little bit awkward for MaNa because he's gone from something that was like a full frontal attack to what is just a soft contain at best. In fact, he's more likely to blink away from an engagement than blink towards one. So with the Liberators especially cleaning up, the Warpers actually might get saved. Realizing this, decides to fly away.
Nice save. Beastyqt finally has that stim and combat shields finished up, so we can start pushing forward with the tanks, and that's going to be a tank-based push, so it's got to be, find a good position. Probably on the ledge of the 3rd base at either on the left side or the front side. And, MaNa knows this. He saw the siege tanks for quite some time and is getting the appropriate units against it. So Storm looks a little bit funky, but it's going to take care of the buffer, all the Marines. But it's the Immortals that are going to take care of the tanks, and the Blink Stalkers hopefully take care of the Medivacs.
But the Blink Stalkers might get taken care of by the Bio as they decide to stim forward. It's without Medivac support, but they can easily take on the Stalker army of this size.
Oh, no. Well, those Stalkers were pretty important.
Yeah.
To lose them all to a stim. I mean, it was a big stim, but that's not really a consolation prize.
We got 2 more prize pool donations coming in, by the way. Big shout-outs to both Thomas2K, says AceKate, throws in $5 to the Matcherino prize pool. And then Krugerson wants to up his ante, taking that 4th place spot as the top donator with an additional $5, says all the cool vampires love Windows 10.
Well, I guess then Riffin's not a very cool vampire.
Or a vampire at all. Shut up!
Yeah, or that.
This army is really pressuring strong, and without any, I mean, there's a couple of storms almost ready to go, a couple of storms already ready to go, but the problem is getting close enough with these tanks, kind of out of the question. They're going to get picked off immediately.
Yeah. Well, here's where the storm is pretty important. So it's going to stop the Bio from ever feeling very comfortable to stim in, which can be an issue in other builds and other compositions for the Protoss. Oh, you poor Sentry. Why you try? But the tanks are on top of the Nexus now, so it's no longer time favors MaNa. He has to go at some point, and unfortunately the storms, that Bio is already spread out, does come up a little bit though as he realizes that he backs away, and that is the last storm. There's quite a few Marines left over. Oh god.
The tank on the backside still getting some shots off. As we see, the Marines are actually not contesting too well against the Adepts,
so
and the Archon finishes up, so he might just push it back. Yeah.
Oh no, I should just GG off of this. I mean, Beastyqt was doing a 2-base attack, but he could have tried at least one more follow-up, but realizes it was game. Cuts
his losses, moves on to game number 3. We're going to have some ace match. So if you guys did just resub, like Jono1232, make sure to ace match the chat with those emotes that you renewed.
Wait, did MaNa win the last one?
Wait, you're right. Excuse me, you are absolutely correct.
It's 2-0.
Yeah, it is a 2-0. I got way too ahead of myself. I think I had the wrong, I hope I didn't have the wrong score displayed that game. Why did I think? No, I had the right score display. Why did I think that would be 1? Okay, never mind. My bad. Forgive me. 2-0. MaNa moves on. Don't use any emotes. Stop. You there who's typing the emote. Stop. But okay, this does mean we'll have the semifinals coming up soon. Now, we are going to be casting both semifinals today. So we don't know the order of which. I'll put the brackets up on stream really quick as we move on from my mistake. Top half has MaNa advance. That's not there yet. But we're going to have Gung Fu Banda or Night End versus him, so a guaranteed PvP up here. Bottom side, Guru takes it from Revolver, and he plays against either Solo or Botvinnik. And I'm kind of hoping on Botvinnik here because he's the last Terran in the tournament. That Terran bias. But also just a fantastic player recently. Been very fun to watch him play. But if Solo wins too, no problems there. Really like Solo. So again, our semifinals look fantastic no matter what they are. Of course, the top 4 places will pay out for this tournament. And while we did originally on the bracket assume we were only going to get $100 for this, it's actually going to be a 60%, 20%, 10%, 10% split. So as the prize pool for this through Matcherino continues to grow, so will the amount of money each player will earn. So make sure you guys get in on that while you can. We're going to go to a commercial break, though, so don't go anywhere, and we'll see you in 2 minutes.